It's that time of year again, everybody. Everybody's out doing Valentine's Day, but this year, I think I'm gonna be doing Galentine's Day, with a little bit of a twist this time. Hey guys, I'm Colorful Marty, back with another Disney tier list for Valentine's Day this year, but this time I'm doing the Disney princesses. I had this idea like a year ago, right after I uploaded the last one, of what if I did a tier list based on who I want to take to brunch for Galentine's Day of the Disney princesses. So, this is gonna be fun. I mean, it's fun because there are Disney princesses that I don't particularly like, who I think would be amazing to go to brunch with, and likewise, princesses that I really, really like, who I feel like could be boring, or not as fun to take to brunch. So, to get right into it, these are the tiers for this time. A little different from last time. Last time I had like S through F, and this time we've got ew, who invited her. We don't want to invite this person ever again, or ever in general. Good to see once in a while. It's good to have, you know, everybody has that one friend that you see once a year or once every few years that you like seeing, you enjoy your time, and then you don't see each other for a while again, and it's okay. One of the girlies. This is somebody who probably gets invited every year. Staple. Riding in their own lane. Not the best, but they deserve to be there and you enjoy seeing them when you can. Here for the tea. This is very important because whenever I've gone to brunch, the most important thing to bring is drama and gossip and tea. There are going to be people that you may not necessarily want to hang out with outside of brunch, but at brunch, with a mimosa in hand, you want to hear it all. And then, of course, the ultimate brunch bestie. You want them there because you hang out with them anyways, and you probably will talk with said brunch bestie after everyone has left about what the heck just happened at brunch. Alright, let's get into it. Also, before I forget, yes, I know there are probably some faces in here that aren't Disney princesses, but this was the best tier list I could find, and I wanted to shake it up and see what it would look like, especially since last time I had, Shang. So, it's fine if we have some non-Disney specific characters. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. Alright, starting first off, Anastasia. Anya herself from Anastasia. Alright, at brunch? She has had a very interesting life. She grew up as an orphan. She basically rediscovered, well, okay, that's a lie. She grew up as royalty, had amnesia, was an orphan, traveled to Paris. Her whole life story is super interesting. So I feel like if you've never heard it before, that's a cool thing to learn at brunch. But I feel like outside of that cool life story, there isn't a lot going on there for her. Yeah, she's with Dimitri and everything's great and she's a princess, but she's kind of, I don't know, she's kind of in her own lane. I think she's one of the girlies. I think she's good to have at brunch. And again, we can edit this tier list later or as we go. Alright, next up, Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Now, I will be very frank here. There are some underage kids at this brunch, and that's acceptable. Brunch is not determined by alcohol consumption, it is determined by fun. And I feel like Alice would be a delight to have at brunch, because she's British, so I feel like she would know all of the best, all of the best sweets to have. I feel like she is very, very fun. A bit childish, but that can be, she just says the wildest things sometimes, and that's fun at brunch, right? And she's so adorable.
Curiouser and curiouser.
I will say this for Anya as well, they dress up so nicely. I feel like she's this little cute little doll. Everybody wants her at brunch. Oh, she'd be very fun. Let's put her right above Anya. I think she's a staple to have every year for sure. Ariel. Okay. I made fun of Ariel before. Bro, she is here for the tea. I if there is one thing we know about Ariel, she is one of the most dramatic Disney princesses I've ever seen. She literally wanted to be with a human boy so bad that she gave up her mermaid tail to be on land, become mute. She couldn't talk to anybody. She has the most iconic line from the movie, which is, "But daddy, I love him." I mean, this girl is dramatic as all get out. And I'm here for it. I want to hear all of her stupid tea, gossip, drama, stress, while I sip my mimosa, laugh, and then kind of cry about it a little bit later because her life is crazy. Granted, you know, Prince Eric's a delight, so I would love to hear about him too, but, you know, she's crazy. Until she has her kid, in like the second movie at least, but... And she also dresses up quite nicely, too. She's cute. She would have a cute outfit. I mean, she might be a little chaotic. She might start combing her hair with a fork at the brunch restaurant. But, you know, like I said, chaotic, love it. Amazing. Belle. I do love me some Belle. She's one of my favorite Disney princesses. And because of that, I feel like she's not as high as she should be. So, the one thing I know about Belle is she's not particularly social. She likes her books. She kind of goes in her own lane. She obviously can dress up just fine. You know, she is quite a delight to see, but maybe only once in a while. I think she is someone who wouldn't necessarily prioritize hanging out or brunch over, like, her book or, you know, her man, right? I think Belle is super sweet. I think that she's, like, a great person. And again, she's one of my favorite Disney princesses. I'm not saying I don't like her. I'm saying at brunch, she's somewhere between one of the girlies and good to see every once in a while. Because I feel like she just wouldn't make time to actually come. And, frankly, would not like the drama. So... yeah. Cinderella. Ooh. I had not thought about her, actually. Ooh, this might take me a sec. Okay, again, we're going with Cinderella here. She has had a crazy life story, right? So if you've never heard her life story, that's cool to learn at brunch, right? Also, I mean, cleans up nicely. She has gorgeous outfits, would be very cute. She's very sweet, right? Because of that, I feel like she is a bit boring. Certainly has less attitude than, like, say, Anya from Anastasia. She also, I feel like, would bring a mouse with her, and then, like, the restaurant staff would freak out when there's a mouse in her pocket, and then we'd get kicked out. I don't know. I gotta think about this. Because I think she would actually get along better than I think Belle would necessarily, and I feel like that's more just from the, like, social aspect. For now, I think I'm gonna put her here. Because I don't think there's anything, like... Again, these two are pretty much on the same level in my brain. I don't think there's anything inherently bad about them. I just think that they're particularly boring. But maybe similar to Alice, it might be nice to have one or both of them to kind of balance out the crazy. That might be nice. Elsa! Ew. Who invited that girl? Here's the thing. Elsa is not very social, and in a mean way. She takes Ice Princess to an extreme. Every single time you see her interacting with human beings in Frozen or Frozen 2, she's always either extremely uncomfortable... not very interested in hanging out or playing games or doing whatever. I guess with her sister, she's fine, but she's not someone I would probably get along with anyway, so I'm putting her here. Because I don't think she would be fun to hang out with at brunch. She does have an interesting story, though, so I don't know. She's somewhere around here. Esmeralda. Ooh, okay. From Hunchback. Right? Again, interesting story from where she's from. She is always getting into stuff. I feel like if she wasn't with Phoebus at the end of the movie, she's the kind of person who's just jumping from man to man, and running her like revolution. Oh, I want her there, and she's fascinating. I would want to have a drink, talk about our lives, maybe get into a discussion. I don't know. That'd be so interesting. And again, also cleans up phenomenally well. Like look at those hoop earrings. So cute. Oh man, Esmeralda really was an interesting character in Hunchback from the beginning. So she would be someone I would love to just hang out with, discuss things with, period. But she's not ultimate brunch bestie, I don't think. Ooh, is she better than Ariel though? You know what? Yes, I think she makes better conversation. Ariel, does not... Ariel would not understand politics. Alright, next person. Oh, Giselle! Okay. So, I'm gonna go off the assumption here, for this ranking, that this is specifically her animated version. It's not her Amy Adams real life, because if it was... I feel like we almost need two different ones. If it was Get Brunch with Amy Adams, yes. Way up here. I want to have brunch with Amy Adams and just talk acting stuff, because that would be so cool. But that's a different tier list. Maybe another time we can do a tier list with actors or actresses I'd want to, like, get food with. But let's just talk Giselle, the animated form. She's very superficial, and she is specifically written that way. She's endearing and sweet, though, so I feel like she is somebody who would be good to see every once in a while. Very cute, and dresses up nicely. I feel like she would be very polite with everyone. She might not... She kind of has the same thing with Ariel. Probably doesn't know exactly what's going on, but she's smiling and nodding and having her pancakes, right? Very, very cute, though. I will admit. But man, if it was Amy Adams specifically, oh my gosh, that's an ultimate brunch bestie right there. Okay, I need to breathe for a moment. Because we got Jasmine here. Jasmine, also not one of my favorite Disney princesses. I like her, she's fine. I feel like she would be interesting at brunch. Because again, she is, interesting story and a little bit sassy, right? However, she is a bit rude sometimes and a little bit high maintenance. And I feel like the food would be delivered and she'd be like, this isn't good enough for me. She has the whole I'm not a prize to be won, right? So I gotta figure that out, because I hadn't thought about the high maintenance aspect of, like, will they even like their food? I feel like as the tier list goes down, it's more and more about how high maintenance they are. Well, specifically Elsa. I feel like the rest of them aren't particularly high maintenance, but Jasmine was raised a princess. I feel like a lot of these people, save for Ariel, I guess, none of them were really raised a princess. They were raised in the woods, or they were raised, like, in England. Technically, Alice isn't a princess, right? Isn't she just, like, basically a Disney... I don't even know. Whatever. But a lot of these people either didn't know they were princesses, or they married into it, right? But Jasmine is interesting in that way. For now, I think I'm going to put Jasmine... I gotta think about it. I think I'm gonna put her below Cinderella, but she's one of the girlies. I would want to see her every year. But is it down here? We're gonna have to come back to Jasmine, I think. Alright, it's time to remember what this girl's name is. I gotta Google it real quick, one sec. She's from she's from the Atlantis movie, and she's the Atlantis princess. And I remember that's pretty much it. I don't really remember a lot about her. I remember she was nice, and she liked the cute boy, and that's about it, honestly. What is her name? Is it just Princess Key? Is that her name? Princess Key? It's Princess Kita. Okay, Kita. She's barely in the movie, which is part of what makes this difficult. I'm gonna be frank here. I have only seen Atlantis once. It was when I was sick. And it was not that good, okay? I know you all love Atlantis, okay? And if you like it, that's fine. Keep enjoying the movie, okay? I don't want to take that away from you. But it's hot garbage, and the characters are unmemorable, and I feel like, I don't know, she's okay to see every once in a while, but not like I feel like she would come out every once in a while, and I'd be like, how's Atlantis? And she'd be like, cool. Oh, how's the weather? Like, it would be very surface level conversation. She cool though. I mean, like, again, she's a princess. Like, I'm sure I'd learn cool things. It's just, this is me personally. I'd rather hang out with all these people over her. Okay? Oh, baby. We got Megara going up on here. All right. I love me some Megara, baby. Oh my gosh. She is the ultimate brunch bestie, okay? Because she has gotten into some drama, but she's willing to talk about it and willing to say when it's stupid. She is the person that after brunch, I'm hanging out with for lunch, and we're talking about everything that we talked about at brunch without the other people there, right? Yeah, she's super, super, super cool. First of all, it's Susan Egan. I love the woman. I've met her, in fact. She's very lovely. I love the actress for her. But also, she's just sassy and funny and cool. Also, I want to learn about Hercules because, yes, I feel like we'd have good conversation back and forth. Yes, I want to see her every year at brunch. She's got some tea to spill, of course, and I want to hang out with her outside of brunch. Are you kidding me? I'm going out with her other places. Please and thank you. I will not be taking no for an answer, Megara. You will be coming with me. We're going out to the bar at some point, please. Ultimate Galentine. Right there. Oh, Merida. Once again, we're having the same issue of, I have seen this movie once, and it was when it came out, and it was very unmemorable to me, except for and I'll be shooting for my own hand. That's like the only thing I remember. Also, I remember a lot of Scottish naked butts. And bear. That's brave. But Merida's cute. Actually, for anybody that actually knows me in real life, one of my friends looks a lot like Merida, so there's a lot of similarity there. I think she'd be fun to hang out with. I think she's one of the girlies. First of all, tomboy. All about that. There's a lot of, y'all might be noticing, there's some tomboys in here that I'm a fan of. Because that's me, you know? But yeah, Merida is one of the girlies for sure. I think she's gonna go right in the middle. Maybe? Yeah, I'll figure out if I need, this tier list might be changing a lot by the end of this. We'll see. Moana. All right. I think she's okay. She'd be a little bit boring. So, she's good to see every once in a while. I know people love Moana, man. I think she's cute. And I would want to hang out with her and talk and, like, hear about all the stuff. But she was one of those Disney princesses that I feel like they either need to do more with, like they need to go deeper into her character or have another story, maybe a sequel, because there's just not a lot there for me with Moana. Either that or I need to rewatch the movie. Yeah. She's very sweet. But I feel like I wouldn't... I feel like I wouldn't be as big of a fan of hanging out with her, particularly. Although she would probably bring really good drinks. I don't know. Pocahontas? Ooh. Well, if there's one thing I know about Pocahontas, it's that one scene at the beginning of the movie when her and her best friend are checking out Kocoum. Come here, Pocahontas, you're coming to the brunch. There's like only 2 seconds of that movie that it's actually like lighthearted before it gets really intense. And when she's hanging out with her girls, I feel like she's a girl's girl, you know? I want to hang out with Pocahontas for sure. She's not like super dramatic necessarily, except for that time that she, you know, jumped dramatically off of a waterfall, but we're not counting that in this case, okay? So that's kind of why she's not in the here for the tea category. But yes, absolutely, you're coming to brunch. I want to hear about your man. Ooh, but her man dies, actually. Ooh, that is kind of dramatic. That's some tea. That's also some baggage. So it's kind of an even split. You don't want to always hear about baggage at brunch. I don't know. I'll leave her here. I think that is acceptable. Rapunzel! One of my faves, man. She's one of my favorite princesses. She's very similar to another princess that we will be reviewing later on. Man, I do really like her. I love Flynn Rider, too. I feel like they always are getting into shenanigans, cool stuff. Definitely at least one of the girlies, but I think she's here for the tea, bro. She's great. She's so fun. First of all, I want to be clear here. She has so many skills under her belt. She would probably show up to brunch and bring food. Or she would have made her own dress, and that would have been a whole conversation in and of itself. Because she has so many, like, she knows how to paint. She's got all these cool skills in her back pocket. Again, interesting backstory and fun things to talk about. But, like, again, I haven't even seen the Tangled Ever After show where there's, like, more lore and stuff. So I'm sure there's even more to be said for Rapunzel here. No, she's here for the tea every year. Absolutely. Look at that face. That is the only time I've ever seen her really make a smug face in that movie. Oh, my girl. Here's the thing. I want to be clear from the beginning. I have only seen Princess and the Frog once. And I fell asleep during the movie. With that being said, she is an ultimate brunch bestie. I want Tiana at every party. First of all, I feel like we would be at her place. We would be at Tiana's place for brunch. She would be serving us food, or she might get her people to serve and she could take a break and come sit with us. So the food would be phenomenal. That's my ideal world, is I'm at Tiana's place for brunch with the jazz club playing. Like, yes, that would be so fun. And she's super cool. Also, could she bring Charlotte, please? I'm sad that we don't have Charlotte in this list, because Charlotte would also be an ultimate brunch bestie. Or here for the tea. Charlotte, I think that's her name. She is the girl who, like, your girl for life. Completely different lives, but has the sweetest heart, right? And I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like, this girl is just everything. Yes. Tiana's lovely. And all of the interactions in that movie with her are just, yes. I feel like I wish I had more to say, but I need to rewatch Princess and the Frog. But she's an ultimate brunch bestie. No questions asked. Snow White. Ooh, I hadn't thought about her. I feel like I could go a few different directions with this. She's very interesting. She's got some tea. Her prince is weird. Feel like she'd have a lot to say. However, I also feel like she would show up to brunch with the guys, specifically when we said it's a girls' party only. And she would be like, but I don't get it, I don't understand. Like, no. I don't care that you brought us a pie. You also brought 7 men with us. No. Why did we invite her? We're not inviting her again. I just feel like she's also in the too sweet to actually, like, talk and make good conversation category. But again, we're trailing with this, like, so naive that, like, they don't quite keep up with conversation. And then we have literally too young, but is saying such nonsense and such funny things and is keeping up that it's funny. And then we have naive turned into now I know things and it's funny, right? So we've got a few different mixes here and there. Okay, we're moving on to Rapunzel. Rapunzel, as you know, from if you watched my previous video, which if you haven't, you should. I love Prince Philip. Rapunzel? Not Rapunzel. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Aurora? I mixed them up. Aurora is kind of boring. She is really cute, but that movie is completely about Prince Philip and not really about the actual Sleeping Beauty. Her entire purpose is to look pretty, sing pretty, and die, but not die. That's pretty much all of Sleeping Beauty, all of Aurora, in a nutshell. She doesn't have a lot of stuff going on. So I feel like she's either in the ew who invited her or good to see every once in a while. I feel like she's good to see occasionally. But like, I think I'd rather see Moana than her. I don't know, I gotta think, cause see, the fairies, I wanna hang out with the fairies, they'd be cool, but I don't think she'd bring them. I think it'd just be her, which her as an adult is very boring. I wanna hang out with her outside of brunch. Like, I want to perform with her on stage, because she has, pretty much bar none, the best singing voice of any of the Disney princesses, except, I'm sorry, Leah Salonga, you sound amazing, but I think Mary Costa might have you beat. But like for brunch, I don't know, man. She's kind of in between these categories, and I don't really know where to put her right now, so I gotta figure it out at the end. Anna! We have a very similar... This is the one that's similar to Rapunzel. Naive, turned into paranoid, turned into interesting, right? I feel like a lot of people don't like Frozen. But Anna's a great character, and a great addition to brunch. I feel like she is here for the tea. Certainly, she can talk all about her ex, right? But she has a lot of interesting stories from her childhood. This is the case of we tell her not to bring her sister, and she's like, oh, it's fine, she doesn't want to come anyway, but I'll come, because she's desperate to talk to people. And because of that, I feel like she's the social link that we need to keep this brunch going. Because, need I remind you, it's hard to keep a conversation or keep conversation flowing when there's like 10 or more people at a table. And typically if you're at brunch, you're really only talking to like maybe 5 people max. Otherwise, you know, if you have a ton of people there, everybody's seated in the different tables or one long table. So ideally, I'm sitting near Megara and Tiana, and then these guys are nearby. For me to be like, Esmeralda, how about that revolution? How's that going, girl? Or like, Ariel, how's your man? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you got your voice back. So good for you. I honestly feel like I need to put Rapunzel higher, because I feel like I actually am more interested in talking to her than I am Ariel. Like, Esmeralda is interesting because I feel like her conversation carries some nuance, and like, deep political discussion might be interesting. And I feel like Rapunzel's interesting because all of her core interests that are shown in that one song are mine. She likes to bake. She likes to play checkers. She likes to sew. She likes to paint. Like, yes, let's just talk about that. We could talk forever. Ariel, you know, dramatic, but interesting. And Anna, kind of similar. All right, 2 more. Let's do this. Mulan. Again, we could go a couple different directions with this one. On the one hand, she is terrible at acting in accordance with a lot of, like, women's societal stuff. She maybe poured tea all over someone and, like, failed her bride test. However, I want to talk to her about that because I think that's funny. Second of all, she served as a soldier. I want to talk to her about that. I think that's cool. I think she'd be extremely interesting to talk to at every brunch. She's there. Like, she has to come to brunch. I feel like she's the one I would want to talk to that's quiet. I feel like we've got, like, Megara's like the louder person I talk to. Tiana is the one that's bopping in and out, right? That's like bringing us food or like, hang on one sec, I gotta like talk to these other people. And Mulan is the quiet one that is sitting nearby, listening to everything and occasionally injecting some really, really good bits of conversation. I feel like that completes like the friend group right there. Every friend group has the following people: the quiet one, the one that says extremely out-of-pocket things, the sweet one, and then like the wild card that kind of alternates between those three. Sometimes the out-of-pocket person's also the quiet person too. Alright. Yeah, I'm feeling very confident in this top branch. Oh, we got Jane! Oh, Jane would be so interesting to talk to. Even pre-Tarzan, she'd be fascinating. But post-Tarzan, too. She ships herself in just for brunch? What a babe. Dude, that's so awesome. Oh, man. Oh, man. So many... She also cleans up well. I forgot to mention that for several people, but like, it's a princess. Everyone cleans up well, right? Except for maybe Moana. Moana doesn't clean up She doesn't clean up as well as you do, so maybe she'll be a little lower. We'll figure it out. Jane, though? Jane would also be the proper one. Like, she would know all of the table manners. She could set the table. Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. We got a lot of candidates in here that could probably set the table. Ooh, she's not dramatic, though. She's probably just one of the girlies. I think she's better than Cinderella. I think she's more interesting. She's dating like an ape man, right? That's gotta be something. Okay. Do I want to change anything? I'm very confident in Elsa being the bottom. No questions asked. I don't want her at my brunch. She can go to other brunches if she really wants to, but not my brunch. Not my brunch at Tiana's place. Snow White, yeah, she's gonna invite her 7 dwarves. It'd be weird. This is the tier where it gets difficult. I'd like to point out these 2 tiers are way bigger, especially one of the girlies is way bigger. Okay. Moana... Yeah, I just don't think she's interesting. Like, I like the movie enough, but I don't think she's interesting enough for me. Yeah, I don't like her very much. Again, Aurora, kind of boring. Outside of, like, singing. I don't want her at brunch. I already have my quiet people up higher. I don't need you as much. But you can come occasionally. Again, all of these are the you can come occasionally. Giselle is fine. I think Giselle's fine to be here. You know what? I'm gonna move Belle up. And move Jasmine down. I think Jasmine is in the category of, if she shows up to brunch, I'm happy. But if she doesn't show up to brunch, I'm also happy. Because then I don't have to deal with people bickering. Kita, yeah, once again, I don't know much about her. I also don't know if she'd clean up enough for the event. Jasmine, I'm also realizing Jasmine and Aurora would be the people who would be late to brunch. And you'd be annoyed about it. Everyone above this would probably be on time. Except for this tier. This tier would not be on time. But it's okay that they're not on time. But yeah, Belle... I think Belle's more interesting than Cinderella. This one we're moving around a lot more. I think it's because it's more subjective. Yeah, I like Jane. She's one of the girlies. Merida, yep, she's one of the girlies. Anastasia, I feel like, is one of the only ones that's slightly more, like... Again, she's played by Meg Ryan. She's slightly more sassy, but chill. She's not super dramatic. She's not Dimitri. So... yeah, she's one of the girlies. Alice, once again. Oh, I feel like Alice and Jane would get along so well. And also not. Because she's, like, too ridiculous and Jane would be like, how dare you disrespect our country like this? It'd be funny to see that dynamic. I would talk about it later with my besties. Pocahontas, yes. Absolutely, I want to hang out with her. She's the person that's too cool for me to approach, which is why I feel like she's down here and not higher up. Yep, Anna, absolutely. She's my tea that I'm hearing from. Ariel is really my tea. Rapunzel isn't really the tea as much. She's more just interesting to talk to. However, she has a slight bit more drama than the people up here. Esmeralda has the drama, the tea, the intrigue, the politics. She might make things get a little political. We might need to rein her in a little bit, but then we talk about it later. Me, Mulan, Tiana, and Megara at the bar, or wherever we're going, I don't know. Everybody needs a few besties, right? And I feel like these are my ultimate brunch besties. It's the perfect Galentine's Day at Tiana's place with all my girls for Galentine's Day. Because if you can't do Valentine's Day, you might as well go out with all your girlies. Did that sound convincing enough? Does that make it sound like I've been on a Galentine's Day thing before? I actually have. I think I did once, actually, when I was in high school. One of my friends had like a Galentine's Day party. It was very fun. We just hung out, ate a bunch of food, watched a cute movie, and took pictures. And it was very chill. And not too dramatic, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm very happy with this. There's my tier list. Let me know who you would want to go to brunch with of these people. And if y'all like this video, let me know, because these are always fun for me to make. I just try to do them annually at this point because they're fun, and it's a fun way to look at these characters, because I feel like a lot of times, you watch a movie and you don't really think too much about the characters outside of it, but like taking Disney characters, like imagine villains going to brunch, right? That would be something. Maybe I'll do that another year, who knows. Anyway, I hope you all have a very good Galentine's Day, Valentine's Day, solo Valentine's Day, the day after Valentine's Day where you buy the chocolate that's 75% off and it's delicious still, White Day if you're doing the month after, Black Day if you're single and you're doing the month after that. Yeah, I hope you have a good time celebrating, and God bless. Now I really want to do this brunch thing. Man, I need to go to brunch again. I want to hang out with Megara, Tiana, and Mulan. It'd be so fun. Anyways, bye-bye.